Merry Christmas, everybody. At least I figured it out earlier that time. Merry Christmas. Hope you guys are all doing well. This darn 4090 GPU is driving me nuts. And honestly, I am more confused than ever. I thought I would do a little bit of pre-work so you guys didn't have to watch me struggle opening it. It only took me, it didn't take me very long to open it. But let me... Oh, and happy Hanukkah and Merry Kwanzaa, because I think that starts tomorrow as well. So, all right, let me switch cameras. Okay, so I've already taken it apart. I just did this. Now, if you look closely, honestly, that gerb, you know, doesn't get any better than that. I mean, that sucker was on there. So either, and then if you look at this, I mean, it's, you know, core to heatsink. So then my next question though is there something wrong with this heatsink? Because like I said, when I feel the fins on this heatsink and, you know, you move this around, I mean, all of this, all these fins are part of the heatsink, and I can touch these and they're not warm. I mean, they're slightly warm. Let's just put it that way, but not very. So I'm really kind of confused. You know, I'm able to bottom these out, which this is where all of this is. So I mean, you look at that and I'm getting good contact. You know, I remember watching a video, maybe I can bring it up, and show you what in the teardown of, that Gamers Nexus did. That, here, let me look. Oh, Iowa Mining is live. Didn't know he was going live. I checked right before I scheduled this too, by the way, to see if I had anybody. But let me pull up Gamers Nexus. And there we go. And then I just got to search for 4090 teardown. Let's see. Okay, yeah, here it is. Let me fast forward to where it is. I don't need any voices. There we go. Now let me get to... There's the yoink. All right, let me switch it over to that screen. So basically, he's about ready to separate it. Thank you for the 10 euros. Appreciate that, Juji. Merry Christmas to everybody. Okay, so he then marvels at how good that is. That looks almost exactly like mine. The only difference is, well, hang on a second. Should have paused it. But he marvels at how good it is. Okay, so the only thing you can really see through it is this, but that's because it's a sample. So this is in white as opposed to like just embossed. So you can't see the NVIDIA or anything on it. If you look at mine, mine's basically the same way, but I mean, it looks practically identical. You know, with the impression. Mine actually has an impression on 3 sides. They only have 2 sides. So I'm now, let me switch back to my camera. I mean, now they're looking at the board, but if so, yeah, I guess I'm looking at the wrong thing. But I mean, if you look at it, I mean, it looks pretty identical. I mean, it's been smushed within an inch of its life, so it's making contact. So now I'm starting to think, is it the heatsink? So that's what we're going to inspect here to see if I can see like any type of breakage or anything. Because there's 6 heat pipes right here. And I guess I could try to take the whole thing apart, but I really didn't want to do that. But I'm just wondering. Here, let me, I'm going to turn this light up a bit. Come on. Yeah, we'll turn that up. So yeah, I'm honestly baffled. I am baffled. I'm curious if you guys have any ideas. In the meantime, I'm going to go to the stream. Anybody else checked on Twitter here? Actually, let me see if I've got anybody. Nope, but I do have a bot over there. So it does say there doesn't appear to be, well, nobody's commented over on the Twitch chat yet. Which, again, I wasn't sure if I could get anybody over there. I tried doing it to X because they supposedly fixed that problem, but when I tried to start with X, it wasn't having it. So I'm not really sure what happened there. But yeah, kind of wonder, I bet if I had, never mind. I think I know what I did wrong. But I'll try it again the next time. But at least now I'm multi-streaming to Twitch at the very least. Alrighty, let's, good sound check. Good to hear it. Man, I'm open to ideas, guys, because I have, another thermal paste here, that is specifically meant, well, it's much more ideal for GPUs than any of the more common ones, the MX6, MX4, the Thermal Grizzly ones, all of those actually are more likely to, I forget what they call it, but basically it's smush out. Basically, as things heat up at different rates and expand at different rates, it pushes the thermal paste out. In this case, I don't think that's what's happening because, it's filling in the gaps. So I am really, really confused. And like I said, I'm looking at this. Oop, wrong thing. This. And it looks the same. It looks the same. And like I said, if we turned it on, he'd be like marveling at how good that application was. And I'm like looking at mine going, yeah, it looks really good. It looks really good. Now, the only other thing I can think of is that, but even when I took it apart, it looked like this. So, yeah, I don't know. It really has me very, very perplexed. Like, really perplexed. That's not what I expected to see when I opened this up. Not at all. I expected that there wouldn't be good contact. That's what I expected. And there is good contact. Well, yeah. It really tells me, it's just odd. How the hell does a heatsink break? The fans are going fine. Like I said, when I touch this, it's cool as a cucumber. Like when I touch the other ones that are like doing the same exact thing, the heatsink is warm. Man, I can touch it, but it's warm. cannot figure out for the life of me why. I mean, this heat plate. I mean, it's not moving or anything. I'm open to ideas, guys. You think the pace is a lot better on the Nexus? Because to me, that looks pretty much the same as far as thickness goes. Because it pushes out the sides. So here's what I planned on doing, was actually replacing the thermal putty on the memory with 1mm pads. So basically using here, hang on, let me switch back to the other camera. Is basically using 1mm pads. Because when I looked on Northwest Repair, he had a guy that had used 1.5mm pads, and they got squished down to 1.2, and they were having this problem. But when he used 1mm, it worked fine. So I was thinking that I would just switch to this. I've got this as well as a brand new package. And maybe I'll just switch that out and switch to paste and see what happens. Because maybe I've heard of, you order TPM 7950 on Amazon, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. So that's the other thought, that maybe I just got a bad batch, a scammer of 7950, and that's why. But I mean, it's acting like it. So somehow I don't think that's it. Like I said, this is not heating up at all. All right, so that's what we're going to do. That's what I intended to do. That's what I'm going to try. Give me 1 second. Do me a favor. You go get me a small Ziploc bag, one of those like little, you know what I'm talking about, the ones that are like half size? Yeah. If not, just give me the regular size one. And I'm going to save this thermal putty. I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get to it. So yeah, this one, that was kind of interesting because that one seems to be high to me. These seem shorter, but this one, God, this one really seems thick. Perfect. Thank you. All right. So that way, if I decide I want to go back to the thermal putty, I will have it. So we're going to hopefully peel this up and make it reusable. If not, so be it. How interesting. I'm just going to keep it in the pieces that they are. And we'll go from there. So how's all you guys' Christmas? Having a good Christmas so far? Let me know in the chat. I'll look up as soon as I finish taking off all of these. There we go. And then I need to take these off of the board. Oop. Fortunately, I tore that one. Hang on. Off it goes. All right. So one of the things I did find out, guys, was there are those that are just selling the coolers online. Basically, for people that have had boards that have gone bad, they are just selling the coolers. Depending on, I mean, I basically just did a cursory look, but it was basically like 250 bucks. And then of course I could buy an Alpha Cool cooler, which, yeah, see, that one was definitely like 1 millimeter. It was squished down. Let's see if I can. Oh, good, I got it out of there. All right. No, so yeah, I'm sorry, it was on Alpha Cool. Yeah, I looked, there's some Alpha Cool coolers out there. That are obviously liquid, but yeah. Ran out of paper towels, so I'm gonna be using Kleenex to get most of this off. All right, let me see what you guys said. Oh, sorry to hear that, Rodrigo. Sadly, my RTX 3070 died today. Sorry to hear that. Good to see you, Automatic Beats. I was just asking everybody how the Christmas was. Only Rodrigo gave me a sad story. Sorry to hear that. Okay, didn't want to do that. See if I can not flick this onto myself. The thing goes onto the floor. You know what? This is a spudger job. Yeah, there we go. Much easier with the spudger. And then we'll clean that off later. That should be easier. Actually, I'm going to actually take that back. I'm going to clean off the big stuff now. I have another wipe that I'll use. That's mostly done. Oh, let me see if I can get most of this off. Not bad. I'm assuming you guys can see that. You can kind of see it. You can see me making progress. Hope you guys like this view a little bit better than yesterday's. Yesterday was too close and I was doing a lot of stuff off the camera, so I'm trying to at least keep most of it on the camera. Makes me kind of wonder with how easy this is to take off. That maybe it wasn't on as well as I thought it was. I don't know. Hopefully doing both will fix it. Come on. Come off the spatula. There we go. Trying to get the remaining little pieces of the thermal pad off. All right. That is about as good as it's going to get with that. Now, where did I put those pads? There they are. We're not going to put that where anything can fall into the garbage can again. I think that was just a... Yeah, those were the silicone fingers, which I don't know where it went. But whatever. I know what it was now at least. All right, let me grab this. All right, what's you guys got going on there? Randy Hipper did 22 giveaways on her stream today. She was gifted over 1,000 BTC to give away, and it took 4 hours. Wow. Congrats to her. I saw that she went live earlier, but it's Christmas, and I was busy doing other things. So, but good for her. Yeah, she has been working hard at it, and she has definitely profited from her. Profit is not the word I'm looking for, but the only word that came to mind. But profited from her hard work. Good enough there. Definitely tell you, this stuff on this particular pad has a much stronger smell to it. It seemed to be, this pad actually seems to be doing a better job than the pad I had yesterday. Like I said, I wonder what's in this stuff. It's the MX cleaner. Man, does it have a smell to it, like a strong chemical smell to it. Man, it just, I keep bringing more stuff up every time I wipe. When I think, oh, okay, I've got it all, and then it pulls up more. Unless it's the stuff I'm getting off the edge of the die, maybe. I think that's probably what's happening. All right, put that to the side, and then I'm gonna get a Q-tip, wipe this off. That seems to be cleaner than the last time. Meantime, I'm gonna do that. See if I can pick up any more of this stuff with the Q-tip. Just gotta make sure you don't do this too harshly, otherwise you can pull one of those small little SMDs off of the die, which would be bad, very bad. All right. So now, first things first, I need to cut this to size. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Retro Mike, here for the 4090 giveaway. Ah, you're funny. Here for the pigeon giveaway. Never. You can have my seed phrase. Oh, that's funny. All right. Actually, this should cover. Yeah, easily three passes. So they're all the same width. I'm going to do this one all the way down. Okay. That even is too far. I definitely don't want those to go over that because that'll stick up too high. So let me try that again. Okay. Let's cut it off right there. What do they say? Cut, measure twice, cut once. Yeah, I didn't quite do that, so. All right. That's on. Don't worry, I won't forget to tear off the top. I'm sure you guys will be yelling at me if I do. All right. Where was the other? That one. I can fit to there. Because that one's not long enough. So we're just going to cut this one to here. All right, let's see here. And it's definitely a difference because this plate is slightly shorter than, or is slightly taller than these. And if you recognize that those plates stick up a little bit higher, so we'll have to see if it affects the memory. Most of the stuff that I do for, what do you call it? For, actually, that one might have fitted, but all right, too late for that. But those could be leftovers. Anyway, the stuff I do for AI generally is not memory intensive. It just kind of sits there, shall we say. It's just slightly. It kind of slid a little bit on there. There we go. Now I got it back on there. Man, this wipe cloth is still stinking. Let's do it this way again. Just eyeing it and cutting it a little big. See, every time I go to cut it, that thing moves. Although as long as I'm cutting it according to what's on top, I'm all right. All right. Good enough. A little thin, I think, but this doesn't have something on the end. We'll do that. And give it a cut right there. Maybe those will fit these two. Like I said, they're kind of a little narrow, but I think it's fine. Let's move this one over a little bit. And then this one should be long enough. Yes, it is. It's like a perfect size, actually. All right. That part is done. Those three plus that one. Yep. We are good. I still wonder if it was that one. You see how the one is like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but that one is raised up above the rest. So I'm wondering if that might have been part of the problem. But we'll see. We will see. So we are going to go with thermal paste this time, since maybe the thermal pad was the issue. I'm going to try to take everything out. Now I'm going to actually look at this, because this might be a thicker kind of paste where that you are supposed to spread it. Yeah, it came with a spatula, so I am actually going to spread this. It came with all kinds of wipes and stuff too, which is cool. Never can have too many wipes. This one is a specific. I was looking to see what it actually said, what was in it. Drop something. What did I drop? Probably the instructions. Oh, no, this is a, oh, this is even better. This is a cleaning, like, to get really on it as opposed to just a spatula. Spatula's for applying. This is for cleaning. That's cool. Man, that's a nice little pack there. Wasn't super cheap, but it's a decent size. Alrighty, so we are going to apply this. Just making sure I'm thinking about this as I'm doing it. Let's see, let me just check you to make sure you guys aren't telling me what to do. Dom G, good to see you. This is why I will never repaste the GPU again. 2 days is too much. Well, like I said, I'm not sure if it was the paste job. I still wonder if, and actually really this is the one I'm suspecting, that this one was too thick. And that was what was causing it not to have good enough contact. That's what I'm suspecting. This is definitely thinner. So hopefully it makes good enough contact, but supposedly 1 millimeter should be fine. I'm not doing this without watching some videos first. So I watched Northwest Repair. He had some guy come in that had put in 1.5 millimeter pads and was definitely keeping contact. It was at 1.2 millimeters, and that was enough to keep it from not touching it well enough. So he put in 1 millimeter pads. That is what I'm doing. And he put on thermal paste. I am going to put on thermal paste. Now he just drew an X. I'm going to do hopefully a little bit better than that by spreading it to make sure it is good. All right, let's see. Silly question. Why are you repadding again? I didn't repad last time. I only repasted. Well, actually only put the 7950. Why am I not putting the 7950 on there again? Because I do have more. Just to take that out of the equation to make sure that's not the problem. Use pink pads. They are softer. Well, first of all, when I peel this back, they're not going to be blue. These are gray. They're not pink, but this is what I had. So, which I think, because it's 1 millimeter, I think it'll be fine. I mean, that's why they use putty, because it is softer. But if you put on a lot of putty, it still has the possibility of being too thick. So I'm hoping that's the reason. Otherwise, I'm going to have to probably assume it's the heatsink for some reason. I mean, the card still works. The problem is that it just heats up, and it runs 20 degrees hotter, about technically 17 degrees Celsius hotter, under actually better conditions. This GPU is actually under better conditions. I'm comparing it to a GPU that is, well, actually so this was running at 83 and 84 basically. If I look at, let me switch to my other screen, and then okay, so this is my HEP rig. Now I don't know which ones are which, but if we look at just even the worst case, 66 and 71, those are my worst case. And this thing was running at 84. So yeah. And these, again, are all running at the same 350 watts. Well, oh, wow. You guys just witnessed it. I just picked up a job. Watch. Something's going to hop on here. Either that or I have a massive problem. The same stupid problem I've had on my Octo server, but I'm pretty sure something's downloading. And they picked up a job. Let me see. I'm going to jump over here. Do a refresh. Yep. I picked up a job. Sweet. And that one I reset at 31 cents. Thanks, Mad Investor. My Octo server is not being used, but so we'll see this come up with a job here shortly. But yeah, I just picked it up. Just picked it up. All right. It is usually best practice to use spread paste on GPUs more than on CPUs. Well, Diesel, what I was doing is I was replacing it with what was already on there. I mean, I didn't try to use what was there, but the 4090s come with PTM 7950. That's what they suggest to replace it with for longevity. Not necessarily making sure the heat transfer is really good. So that's why I was using that. Let's see. Also read back up to Swamp 7's comment. All right. Where is Swamp 7's comment? And how high up was it? You know what? He would be on top chat. That's dumb. How are they not there? Ivan Yoon says, are you going to run power limit 350 watt for your renter? That depends. It's hard to explain, but it really depends. It depends on, like right now, I have it set at 350 because I can only run everything at 350. That keeps me at 5.7. Now, once I get a renter on, I can jack it up to 450 because you get this variability usually in the jobs. So yeah, it'll go up to 450, but then it comes down to 300. So the average will still be at 80%, which is what you need to concentrate on. So right now I need to see what is actually going to come on because it's rented. But I'm wondering right now if this is rented by one of those where it's, definitely AI and it's just as they need it. So I may be jacking this up to 450 on this one. In fact, for right now, wait a minute. That's interesting. Shoot, I think my other one is having a problem because it shows at 27C, which tells me that it's doing the same thing it was doing before. Gosh darn it. So I go to my instances, everything shows outbid. So I am going to see, I'm going to create a job. Sorry, I can't show you this because it has IP addresses and stuff on here. I am going to reset this. This is 0.24 and see what happens. Go back to my instances. Okay, so these are on the bottom now. Oh, so if it's doing this again, then it'll never get rented, unfortunately. But let's see what happens. Yeah, because if it says outbid and I don't have any renters. So sorry to get distracted, guys, but yeah, that was pretty interesting. I have a renter, but you can see that there's no job on it yet. Yeah. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying here. Yeah, Zarkov, Merry Christmas. You're not old. It's interesting. The comments that show up as retracted on the YouTube stream actually stays on here. He says, I'm sold. My IP address is 0.0.0.0. Funny. All right, now it says creating. All right, it says creating. Let's see if it goes to outbid or if it goes back to... No, I'm back to running. That was odd. Really odd. Huh. Very strange. So, anyway, so... Yeah, let me do this on this one. Since I have the other one at 350, since it's just mining, I want to make sure that this guy has 450 available, and then I want to see what kind of job it is. F10. No. All right, that's why. Come on. All right. I thought I'd done this on this before, so I'm not really sure why I don't have it in my history. NVIDIA-SMI-PL 450. All right. And then back to NV top. Oop. See, let's try that again. There we go. Oh. Oh yeah, it's that one. It's the key hunt one, which means it is going to use full power consistently. So no, we're going back to 350. This guy was on my rig a while ago. So he's kind of coming on and off of different rigs. So let me go back and put that one back. Now, when he rented it, it was at 350. So I'm going to leave that. So, by the way, when they do a command line search, it has what the power limit is set at. So it's not a secret. It's not like I'm not disclosing that. They have the ability to see what the power limit is. They also have the ability, because the DL perf score is affected by what power limit I've set on it. So all of that is disclosed. Thing is, by going down to 350, you're only losing like 10%. It's very, very little as far as what you're losing. So anyway, all right, back to the card. Any other comments before I do this? Swamp 7. Yeah, see, I went back up and I still do not see the Swamp 7 and I'm going over here unless, oh, maybe Swamp 7, are you over in Twitter maybe? Could you be over in Twitter? Nope. Or Twitch, I mean, not Twitter. Twitch. Yeah, because I am not. Oh, there it is. Hey, Max, hit me up. I have a few stock 4090 coolers and a few water 4090 blocks laying around. Well, let's see how this goes. And yeah, if this doesn't work, yeah, hopefully when we can make a deal. So, all right, well, let me go ahead and get this going. I'm going to start out with an X. I'm sure that is plenty. Let me smush it around. Yeah, that's plenty because I use most of it. That's ridiculous. I didn't realize I put that much on there. See, you see how this is like very, very viscous. Honestly, I'm glad I put this much on. Dang. Yeah, this stuff's kind of finicky to put on. See, it's like sticks to it. Wow. All right, that's looking a little better. You know what? Where'd that other one go? Here it is. Yeah, this stuff's not, definitely not as easy to apply. Now it should squeeze out to these spots, but I kind of wanted it to be completely covered. The middle's definitely covered. Yeah, it ain't pretty, guys. I think that is good enough. I'm not going to mess with it any further. He's focused. It'll be a few minutes. Yes. All right. Oh, switch scenes. Sorry, guys. Oh, wow. Yeah, you missed all that. You missed all that. I'm glad you missed all that because that's what I got. So there's plenty on there. It is completely covered, but there were part of the time it was not completely covered. So, all right, let's get ready. I got to pull these things off before I do that. Let me, come on. Oh, let's see if this helps. Help separate it, but I need both hands. Okay. That one's done. There's two. There's three. There's four, but this one needs to be pushed just a little bit. All right. It is on. Let's hope that this has better results than the last time. And I'm going to give it a firm squish. I did not do the last time. Okay. Now, let's put the leaf spring back on. All these screws I wanted to leave in, they all popped out as I did that. All right, let's get these all in there. By the way, you like it? I'm using my top cover for my iFixit kit this time instead of using the separate dishes that I was using the last time. One of the things I really like, there's a pin here and there's a pin here, so it makes sure that the board is in the right spot. Oh shit. I'm missing the cable. Gosh darn it. Oh, that's okay, because it hasn't really set up yet. Let's try this again. Why are you... Oh, that's fine. you do me a favor? Hold that cable out. That cable right there. All right. Hopefully this works, because it didn't look that squished just by me pushing it down. Hope for the best. Yeah, it's going to, because it always makes me wonder if it's, well, the other thing is that some of the other pads are thicker, so they're pushing up over here, but it's squishing it down. All right, what did I do with this? There we go. This one should be this one, I think. All right, well, let's see. This is always the fun part. Is getting the second one to go in. All right, I haven't screwed them all the way in yet, but I've got those in part of the way. So now we will go in a star pattern. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. A little further on that one. Oh, this one actually. Almost to the bottom. Yeah. All right. Seems to be on there tight. So let's hope. Gotta put these in. Yeah, let me get my tweezers out. Probably make it a little bit easier. This is always the fun part of getting these back in. Oh, that's actually not too bad. That one's back in. All right, that one's in. Let's get this one in. This one's always a little finicky. That one's in. Off the top of that pad a little bit. Come on. All right, let's see if I do that. Yeah, there we go. Now it's in. All right. Let's put her together. Let's hook it up and hope for the best. All right, I'm going to put this on first. And then this is that bit. All right, let's see what other comments. Hey, JFA, Jean-Francois, appreciate you being here. Actually, that wasn't Sunflower Mama, by the way. That was my daughter, who happened to be sitting here because she has her cat here, and her cat's about 8 feet to my right. So no grandkids, but a grandcat. All right, this is what I need. These screws go in the end. It's like you can't really see what I'm doing here, so let me move that over a little bit. This one I could just set up on end, but this is easy enough this way. Now, what I'm curious about, Swamp 7, if you're still here, is how did you come upon a bunch of 4090 FE coolers? That's what I'd like to know. I mean, I know there's a lot of dead ones out there because of the sag, because of how heavy these cars generally are. But again, just curious how you came upon them. I don't know why that one's always tighter to get in. The old Panda sniff test. Right now, the only thing I can smell is that wipe I was using, the MX wipe, the Arctic wipe. That thing is potent. All right, those are all on. Now, make sure those don't go out somehow. All right, that's in place. Now, which ones? Those are Phillips head. So we're going to do those first. And then we'll do a live test like we did yesterday. And I have a feeling there won't be any change. Just a feeling. Hope I'm wrong, but had to do the full test to get rid of any other possibilities. Because honestly, this is an easy repaste job. It's really not that hard. I'm not good at repaste jobs, but like I said, they're really not that hard. And the one thing I did notice was that the back plate did get warm. So like if I pressed on the back plate, obviously I haven't screwed those in yet, but if I pressed on the back plate, it got warmer, which would make sense. This would be making more contact. There's thermal pads back there. Oh, wrong bit. But if you guys haven't subscribed, if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, you haven't subscribed to Northwest Repair, you're missing out. Really good channel. He's got great content. I love it because he is absolutely straightforward. He tells it like it is, like, because he's had people 4090s that have come in that people have decided, oh, I'm going to liquid cool it. He's like, why? It's a perfectly good card. Unless you do this all the time, just leave it alone. Don't try to improve a card that is working. Now, he might argue this is working. Not really. I mean, when it's getting that hot and it's thermal throttling, it's not working. So, all right, let's put this in. Come on. You came out nice and easy. Why are you not? Ah, that's why. I didn't have it in a good enough angle. And it's held in by magnets, actually. Because, you know, magnets are magic. And you know what? As long as I got it here, I am going to clean off these fans a bit. But by the way, these fans are amazing. It takes forever for these fans to spin down. I'll turn it off and it's, I don't know, good at least 30 seconds. I think it's closer to 45 seconds until these things are fully spun down. And we will do the same. Let me do the outside of each one of these. All right. Good enough on that. Give it a... Whew. That had some dust fly. I mean, it's in there solid, so it's not like there's not contact and stuff. That one, I'd have to dust the other side, so that one's fine. All right, I'm going to go put it in, and we'll see how it goes. Be back in a few. All right, let's see. Let me switch over to this screen. Actually, I wanted to change this one back to the top. There it is. Look at that. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. Made me nervous there for a second. Like, did I already lose that job? Okay, let me pull up this one. Oh, this one will be no longer good. Should actually come up pretty quick. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it's worse. Let me put it back down to 350. NVIDIA SMI PL. Come on. There we go. Oh, that's right. All right, let's see where we're at. It'll take a while to come down, but it's at 84, which is what it normally is at that. That doesn't look like that's any different. And it's weird because, like I said, it happened fairly suddenly. Like it was running fine as an AI job, but it wasn't running that often. So, huh. So strange. Swamp 7 bought quantity 8 water blocks from Bits Power on clearance and have a 4x RTX 4090 FE rig running on liquid with Epic. Oh, okay. So you bought the water blocks so that you can water cool them. So now you've got all the extras. Yeah, shoot me a DM. Let me know how much you want for one of them. Cause yeah, I'm at that point where I at least want to try this. Yeah, because I don't think I necessarily need to run it on water. Although, might want to think twice about that going into next summer. Certainly, if I water cooled some of these, probably would help a lot in letting it run in the basement. All right, let me see what else you guys had to say. Diesel, sorry, my mistake. Oh, no worries. No worries. Appreciate you saying, yeah, he's focused. It will be a few minutes before he changes the screen. We just need a sniff tester after powering up and we should be good. Yeah, funny. Yeah, it's it doesn't stink or anything. It's fine. That's definitely not a problem. Is this only nerds or something? No, only flans, man. Only flans. That's what it is here. That's what it is, even though I'm not wearing a flannel shirt. Goat, good to see you, sir. Merry Christmas to you as well. Yeah, that looks to me basically exactly the same. There is no difference. None. I mean, I could just leave it like that, but water is pretty nice. 1.5 slot fits on motherboard without risers. I run a rad outside in the summer. Nice. You're gonna make me start thinking. Yeah. Yes, I am wearing flannel pajama bottoms. Were you able to see that as I walked away? But yes, I am wearing flannel pajama bottoms. Oh, you can see it in the screen, the shot that I had. That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. Yeah, it's definitely a weird scenario. I mean, who ever heard of a cooler breaking? I mean, an air cooled heat sink. Huh. Yeah, let me do a quick search. I don't think I've ever heard. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Let me minimize that so I get back to my original screen. All right, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. This one. There we go. Okay. Okie doke. Let's see. 4090 FE heat sink. 2 words or 1 word? We'll do 1 word. They'll tell me. Heat sink leak. Let's do that. Oh, that's heatsink leak, as in, yeah, not exactly what I was looking for. Okay, let's do leaking. All right, let's do this. Yeah, see, it leaks. It's giving me all the other things. Not that. That's not what I'm looking for. Here, let's do this. Leaking heat pipe. I mean, I heard somebody say that what's a possibility, but not likely. Hey, Yusuf Putz, good to see you. PBCom Geek, I should say. Good to see you. Yes, it uses a vapor chamber design. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, if the vapor chamber has a leak. Let's try that. It says, well, here, actually, let's take a look at this. It says it uses a hybrid vapor chamber. I actually should see how hot the air is that's coming out. I mean, it's running at 84. It should be hot. Let's do a Control F. Come on. Oh, yeah, Control F. There we go. The FE GPU uses a hybrid vapor chamber and heat pipe design. The heat pipes don't make direct contact with the die. Instead, a vapor chamber makes full contact with the die, memory, and VRM, and heat pipes that are bonded to the back of the vapor chamber carry heat out to the farthest fins. So I'm just wondering if there's a break in the fin to the vapor chamber, possibly. The fin array closest to the PCI bracket and the fins in the middle of the GPU have contact with the expanded vapor chamber. So this is not a 4 heat pipe design. This is a 4 heat pipe plus vapor chamber design. Let's see what else they say here. So here, actually, so you guys can read it. It's a little small for you guys to be able to read it. All right, let's see. I have some concerns with this design, but we'll hold off all conclusions. But here are my concerns. There are only 4 heat pipes in the design, while many others have 6 or 7 from AIB. Obviously, that with working ones, that is not proven to be true. The amount of fin surface doesn't look like much at all. Again, not a problem. Blah, blah, blah. The heat pipes look like they have gaps in between them, wasted surface area to mount die to. All in all, this design looks fantastic. And I have good airflow. Airflow is not the issue at all. It makes me wonder if the vapor chamber to the heat pipe. Is this even for the 4090? No, it's a 3080 FE. Jesus. I'm guessing that's probably the same. Oh yeah, I clicked on a 3080 FE. Let's see. Yeah, this one uses 6 fat heat pipes. I was going to say, I thought it was 6. And a vapor chamber plate to move heat away from the GPU quickly. It just doesn't seem like the vapor chamber... vapor chamber leak. Let's look here. Oh my god, that's from 2014. Jesus. Okay, I went back. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get any answers here. Well, let's take a look at this. A lot of times. Well, you know what? I'm not sure which one this is. Oh, I love commercials. Yeah, so they cut the sucker in half. I don't need to see it being cut in half. I just want to see. Okay, here we go. This is what I wanted to see. There we go. I don't think you guys are going to be able to hear this, but...
So it's the exact same principle, but it's basically really effective at both Qmax and obviously spreading the heat. So the overall Qmax of the vapor chamber is much higher than individual heat pipe. If you directly put a heat pipe, really you're limited by the amount of wick you can have to push water back to the evaporator area.
Is wick, when you use wick in this context, are you talking strictly about a physical wick, or are you talking about like a physics characteristic?
So like when I talk about wick, it's just this.
Dang it!
Either center.
All right, let me put that on so you guys can see what's being said. In the meantime, I'm going to do a quick check on my Discord, see if anybody had sent me a message.
Condensation happens directly above, because that's where the heat's being drawn out. That makes sense. East side of the card. So unlike this version, which has sintered powder wick, and basically sintered powder wick is just the medium in which it uses capillary force to push
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. Okay.
We used a mesh type wick on the top. So essentially the difference between a mesh and a sintered powder wick is the overall porosity of the material. Okay. So porosity is about typically equivalent to the pore radius squared. Okay. So as you go to slightly larger pore radiuses, which you have in a mesh, you increase the Fermi zone, and essentially you allow water to travel right back to the evaporator much easier. And then we still have sintered powder on the evaporator area itself. It can usually be thinner and has a higher capillary pressure than a liquid.
While this is playing, guys, I'm going to let this go. I'm going to go downstairs. I want to see if there's heat coming out the front. Because that's obviously, if it was going to be blown out of anything, if everything else was not connected, it might still be blowing out heat out the front. So let me check real quick. I'll be back.
And at least for the factory we saw, they kind of you were explaining what it is we're seeing in there.
Exactly, yeah. So as you, it's a little difficult to see. So on the condenser side, we use that mesh type wick with the higher permeability. And essentially, we have a higher flow rate of water back to the evaporator. I like to think about it as like a blower versus an axial fan. Okay. You know, blower is typically high pressure, low flow rate. Axial fan, high flow rate, low pressure. Right. So you can think of sintered powdered mesh as more like a blower. Very high pressure, capillary pressure, good water retention in the evaporator area to avoid dry out, good thermal performance in the evaporator. The evaporator area itself is like 80 to 90% of the total thermal resistance of the vapor chamber. So optimizing the evaporator is really the key. So yeah, and so basically axial fan, mesh, blower, sintered.
So there's like these copper columns in here, and they, I guess it sounds like NVIDIA changed the design for this generation for you.
Yeah, so a couple reasons to have the copper pillars at all. One is structural stability, like this is.
All right, I'm back. No, it's not. It's a little warm coming out the back, but not as warm as it is coming out the other ones. So it's marginal at best. Marginal at best. So yeah.
So we put a lot more pillars in the inside, right above the GPU guide. But the main reason for it is because essentially the water is condensing directly on top of the evaporator. And we can whip the water directly back down to the evaporator area. So the Qmax of this card compared to the, critical heat flux, the point of which the card dries out is way higher on this one. Like
not gonna be a problem.
Not gonna be a problem. Yeah. Even if you're overclocking the thing, basically as far as the electrical to take it, it should be able to handle it. So we're pretty proud of the new
design. Yeah. How about so the bumps here at the memory contact.
Yep.
That was not on this design. You see, it's just a flat plate. This is extremely common. We see this on basically every video card I've ever taken apart. I think I've run into this once or twice, but can you walk me through design decision here?
Yeah, exactly. So you can see it's actually a different notch pedestal on the north and the east, the west, and the south. So basically, we want to make sure that the pressure on the die is very uniform. So we find a lot of the time whenever someone says, "Oh, this tin is not good," it's usually just because you have ununiform contact. Yeah. So essentially, we have non-uniform memory around the GPU, and each memory tin pad provides a force on the heatsink. So typically, if you look at the temperature sensors, let's say you had no balancing, no notch pedestals, and you just kind of
all right. I'll watch that later. But all right, that was what I was here for, guys. Unfortunately, unfortunately it isn't good at all. Let me bring it back up. This one, yeah. Yep. Oh, look at that one. It's even worse. It's at 85. It's at 85. Bummer. Bummer. All right. I will reach out to Swamp 7, see how he wants to handle it. So yeah, I'm sorry, going back over the comments. Yes, it uses a vapor. It's a hybrid. It's vapor chamber as well as heat pipe. That might be the problem. The vapor chamber. I'm thinking it may be. Let's see. $10 USB fan. It is not going to be solved by a fan, guys. I'm telling you. I already have a fan on it. I tried that. It does not matter. It does not matter. If the thing connected to the heat sink is what needs to be dissipating the heat, and it's not warm. It's not warm. If the heat from the core is not getting to the heat sink, it's not going to work. Let's see. PBComp. I just read that some people have had issues with the vapor chambers and issues with cooling under heavy load. and questions regarding vertical mounting causing issues with the vapor chambers. Really? Huh. Could you do me a favor and shoot me a link on that? You buy those founders cases. What are the mem temps like? I haven't even looked because I'm not stressing out the mem. Right now, this is totally a core issue. Because it's hooked up to the same cold plate as the core, it would be the same issue. It would have the same problem. So I don't see that as being an issue. Like I said, I just changed the thickness of the pad. So from the thermal putty to a 1mm pad, just to make sure that wasn't the issue. And it's not. So yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to go to a different cooler, one that hopefully still works. So guys, I've been going for about an hour and a half right now. And I'll stay on for a few more minutes if you guys got any questions. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. I know it's not the most exciting stream in the world. And obviously it's Christmas, so a lot of people are at Christmas dinners and stuff. We don't have our Christmas dinner until about 7 o'clock. My son is working remotely from home, and his shift last night was from midnight to 12 o'clock today. So he went to bed, and then when he wakes up, we will have dinner. I don't remember if he has to work tomorrow or not, or work tonight. Not sure. But anyway, yes, it's content. Exactly. Send your pics tomorrow in Discord. What pics? What kind of pics do you need, Mr. Swamp 7? PBComp, I have a 4090, but like Panda, I didn't buy a bunch for mining this round. Still kicking it old school with older cards. Like I said, I didn't buy the 4090s for mining. That wouldn't pay off on them is like forever. So that was certainly not what my intention was. Intention was specifically so that I could use them for AI, and so that's what I've been using them for. Here, let's switch to the other one. Let's just see if it's still running. And it is, which is good. I like making money. It's always a good thing. If I could only get the other one to actually get a gerb, that would be nice. So what I may do with this one is set it up as a single, set it up at 31 cents, not mine on it since it's mining at 85, which is a little disturbing. It's actually brought itself down. Well, it's cycling back and forth between 345 and 350. So whatever I did when I was putting the thermal paste on this thing, it's actually worse than it was. So not really sure why that's the case, but it is. So right now it's going between 2145. Oh, sorry, this is the other one. That's sorry, let me change back. No, pretty steady. 2415, 2430, which is what it was doing before, and at 348. But like I said, this is, although I should state it's warmer downstairs than it has been, so that's another factor. It's when we were originally doing this a few days ago, it was like, you know, in the teens. Now it's like at 40 degrees outside, so it's definitely warmer in the basement. So that could be another contributing factor. So it might just be the same. To me, it looks extremely, extremely similar to what I had before. So, alrighty, guys. Is the 4090 in question still under warranty? I bought this secondhand, so that would be a no. I bought it for a really good price. And like I said, it was working. It was working fine. And then that was it. But I will look up PB Comp, I will look up that vapor chamber issues with cooling under heavy load and vertical mounting and see what that says. Because yeah, I don't know. All my other ones are vertical mounted. So I suppose on this one, I actually could put it up on end. I could put it up on end. Huh. I'm not thrilled about doing that, actually. Because then you got to deal with sag. And in this particular one, with the way the case is... So basically I have this like in an open air frame, but it's not a frame. It's like, it has a bottom and it has a side. So if I put it up on end... I'm not sure how stable that's going to be. Yeah, I'll have to try. I'll probably turn it off and then try to see if I can do that. But I got to make sure I put it the right side, the way it would normally be in a case, put it that direction and see what happens. Yeah, that would be interesting. Again, Swamp7, if you're here, send what pics in Discord. I'm not sure what pics you're looking for. I mean, it's an FE card. So it has specific fan cables and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's the difference. That is the difference. So, all right, I'll just send them a message. But again, thanks guys for hanging out on Christmas. I appreciate it. And we will see you guys certainly no later than Monday. I might do some other streams. Hopefully going to get some content out this week, but I know it sucks, but I got to do some work while I'm off. The stuff I couldn't get done before I left. Always fun. But anyway, at least I'm doing it from home around my family. So it's a good thing. Alrighty, guys. Oh, you're going to send me pictures of your cooler. Got it. Cool. Thanks, Diesel. Yeah, I sorry, I didn't read it that way. Oh, send you, not your. Got it. Amazing how one letter can make such a difference. Alrighty, guys. The General is out. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a good day.